All right, scholars, are you ready for lesson 2 today? So you're going to need, of course, your spelling notebook that we started with yesterday's lesson. Right? Hopefully name and spelling are now on it. And of course, you will need a pencil. So I'm opening, I see the page from yesterday. Ooh, I want to go back and finish my tacos. I'm going to turn the page, and then I can use my next empty page, which is the back of the page from yesterday. So I'm going to scoot this over so you can see it. And today is still September, so 9 for our month. It's the 10th of September, and the year is still 2020. Our first word today is the word rather. So scholars, you're going to beautifully write rather, even though you maybe would rather not. Write rather on the line. I have my fold, right, from yesterday's words. So if you want to make that little light line, you can. Let's do our syllable check. Do you remember what we learned? If you put your hand, right, lay your hand under your chin, and you feel how many times your jaw opens when we say the word. Ready? Rather. Rather. I felt my jaw move down twice. Rather is a 2-syllable word. First sound, R, made by R. Next sound, A, made by A. Very good. The first sound of A, ah. Scholars, that is our first syllable. So finger space. Next sound, Z, made by TH. Now remember, scholars, TH is a multiple letter phonogram. It is ra, z. Ooh, the second sound of so we're going to put a little 2 above it, right? The word's not rather, rather. Th. Final sound, made by ER. Multiple letter phonogram. We're going to underline it. Scholars, if you remember what that multiple letter phonogram is, say it with me. It is the of her. Rather. Good work. Rather. We're ready for our second word already. I'm back here, comfortably close to my red margin. I'm going to write our next word. Our second word to analyze today is the word comfort. Your comfort is important while sleeping. Comfort. Goldilocks certainly learned that, didn't she? Comfort. Syllable check. Comfort. 2 syllables again. All right, first sound, K, made by C. Right? K, S is our phonogram, making its first sound. Next sound, A, made by O. And A, O, U, right? Saying its first sound. Next sound, made by M. Come. Scholars, that's our first syllable. Finger space. Next sound, made by F. Next sound, or, made by O-R. How are we going to mark that O-R? You got it. We are going to underline it. Or the or of corn. Say that with me. Or the or of corn. Final sound, T, made by T. Comfort. fort. We built a fort out of sticks. Comfort. Comfort. Our next word, scholars, skipping a line comfortably close to that red margin, I'm going to write the word elect. Elect. In the United States, we elect a president every 4 years. Elect. Syllable check. Did you put your hand under your chin? Good work. Let's check. Elect. 2 syllables again. First sound, E. Made by E. Scholars, we're going to underline that. It's saying its name sound. Elect. E. Finger space. E. That's our first syllable. Next sound, L. Made by L. Next sound, E. Made by E. But spellers, this time the E is saying its first sound of E, right? That's an E. So here it's saying E, elect. Here it's saying E, elect. Next sound, K. Made by C. It's saying its first sound of K. This is a K. S. Elect. Final sound is T. You got it. Made by T. Elect. What rule are we going to write? Think carefully. Did you get it? The A-E-O-U rule. We have an E saying its name sound at the end of its first syllable. Let's say that rule together. Ready? A, E, O, and U usually say A, E, O, and U at the end of a syllable. Elect. Nicely done, scholars. All right, scholars, our last word, required word for today, actually has elect as a root word. It's the word election. Election. See how you have the word elect in the word election? Let's check the syllables. Election. 3 syllables. Now, scholars, our first 2 syllables look exactly the same, almost, as elect, right? E-L-E-C. Elect. Now we're going to focus on that third syllable. So finger space. Our next sound is sh. Made by T-I. We're going to underline that multiple letter phonogram. That is sh. Tall letter sh. Used at the beginning of any syllable after the first one. What that means, scholars, is this T-I saying sh will never be at the beginning of a word. Saying sh. Yes, T-I can be at the beginning of words, but it's never going to say sh at the beginning of a word. It's always going to be at the beginning of a syllable, but not the first syllable. So sh, tall letter sh. Next sound is ah, made by A-O-U. Final sound is n, made by N. Election. Shun. Scholars, this is our most common spelling of shun when we have that suffix added to root words this year. You'll see that one most often. So, of course, we have this rule, the A-E-O-U rule, because again, we have an E saying its name sound at the end of the syllable. We had to squish there, right? A-E-O-N-U. Usually say A-E-O-N-U at the end of a syllable. And then scholars, there's one that I think is new to you this year. It's called guys in the middle. And that's hard to fit all that in there, so I do a little ellipsis for the in the, and then middle. Middle. Guys in the middle. So scholars, I'm just going to grab a quick Post-it note, so I don't want this on my page, but I'm going to show you. So guys in the middle are sh, tall letter sh, sh, short letter sh, and sh, zh. Those are the three guys in the middle. What that means is these guys in the middle, these guys are always going to be somewhere in the middle of the word. They're never going to be at the beginning of a word or at the end of a word, because we know English words do not end in I. So we're always going to see them somewhere in the middle. Sh, tall letter sh, short letter sh, and sh, zh are the three guys in the middle. So we're going to try to catch that rule each time we see it. All right, good work, scholars. Election. Our bonus word for today, remember, I'm going to write a B and circle it for bonus. Our bonus word is monopoly. Monopoly. And scholars, your next history lesson, lesson 2, or maybe lesson 3, will have the word monopoly as a part of it. So a monopoly is complete control of selling a product or service. So you're going to find out in that history lesson, 2 or 3, that there's a group that has a monopoly, complete control over selling a product. That's going to be really important as we get going on our study of history this year. So monopoly, complete control of selling a product or service. If you've played the game Monopoly before, right, you're trying to have complete control, right? You're trying to get all of the spaces, right? Own all the spaces, get all the money, right? You're trying to get complete control. So what about this empty space for today? Right? Remember, this empty space is an optional part, but I'm sure hoping that you will work on it with me. So I think what we should do for today is draw a place that you think is really comfortable. So it has comfort, right, as its root word. That's a spelling word for us. Comfort. And then if we add the suffix able, comfortable. So think of a comfortable place. Let me make a picture of yourself in that comfortable place. And I look forward to us seeing those. Comfortable place. And remember, if you'd like to, scholars, you can ask your family to quiz you on today's spelling words and maybe even turn back and quiz on yesterday's spelling words as well. Test yourself. How well do you know the words? Thanks for joining me today, scholars. Bye-bye.